Good morning. The time is 10 a.m. You're listening to L Target on CKUW 95.9 FM in Winnipeg. I'm Sam Nowicki, and I'll be your player one for this next hour, and I hope you're all having a wonderful start to your day. Broadcasting live from the University of Winnipeg, this is L Target. We bring you the latest in indie game music, general game news. I'll break it down for you how the show goes. The aim of L Target is to expose new listeners to CKUW radio to indie game music, stuff you can't find in your typical EB Games, a Best Buy, undiscovered market of games, if you will. Play a lot of music from there, take your requests to play music from your favorite games, and then at the end of the show we have what we call a nostalgia level, where I talk and gush a bit about indie game I like and an indie game from the golden age of gaming, by which I mean the NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, that kind of era. Because it really is a market of music that wasn't really acknowledged at the time, but now it's only gotten better with age, and as we look back and remix it, there really is a great bank of music developed by a series of artists who did amazing things with limited tools that they had. So that's the layout of the show, and I think today our playlist is it's a little all over the place actually, but it's diverse and it's looking pretty good, I think. I'm going to kick it off right away if you guys don't mind with, oh boy, I got so excited about this 2 days ago, with some Peter McConnell, which some of you might recognize as the composer for Double Fine's breakout amazing game, Psychonauts. This was especially exciting to me because, first of all, Psychonauts, incredible game, surprisingly moving game, but they announced quite some time ago, and I'm embarrassed to say that I run this show, and I'm not up to date on the gaming news, but they announced quite some time ago that Psychonauts 2 is on its way. Been requested for a long time, and finally, it's coming out. I can't explain how pumped I am about that. Before it does, though, there is going to be a bridge game that comes out linking Psychonauts 1 and 2, and that comes out in only a few weeks, and that is called Psychonauts in the Rhombus of Ruin. Maybe sort of a tech demo for the VR. I don't get the impression it's a very long game. I am excited nonetheless, just to see the old voices, old characters return. Oh, I'm giddy about it. In any case, I'm going to play two of my favorite songs from the original Psychonauts. Right off the bat. So this is, from my favorite level, Black Velvetopia, followed by The Wild Bull Run. You're listening to L Target on CKUW 95.9 FM in Winnipeg. Enjoy. And that was the Mighty Wind Barbershop Quartet. Some of you may actually recognize that song as God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. Actually originally came out in the 1960s, way before my time. But that was, believe it or not, from the soundtrack of another Irrational Games game, BioShock Infinite, done in the style of a barbershop quartet. What I love, this is, again, what I love. I just talked about their other game, BioShock, where they made an insane theme for the artist Sander Cohen that's remarkable. What they did in BioShock Infinite is even more interesting yet, I find. In this game, it takes place in the 1910s, but involves a cross-section of technology where wormholes are opening, leading to places in the future. And because of this, technology is being stolen from the future, mashed up, and you see a weird culmination of future tech, old tech, gramophones playing songs from the future, which is what happens because, well, there are people stealing technology that contributes to the plot. Alongside that, you hear mention of a man, the brother of the main antagonist who is opening these wormholes, is actually a struggling artist who looks into the future, finds the biggest hits, and brings them to the past and claims he wrote them. So as you're going through the game, you're hearing like the new biggest hit from Jeremiah Fink, and it's a cover of a contemporary song done as if it were written in the 1910s. And this just works to fantastic effect. I love it. So throughout the game, you hear that Beach Boys tune. You're walking down the boardwalk, and you hear a barbershop quartet sing a Beach Boys tune that would not be written for another 50 years. There's a vaudeville-style cover of Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Soft Cell's Tainted Love. My favorite from early on in the game is you actually walk by a merry-go-round in which the Calliope pipe horns are playing Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I love it. Irrational Games has really taken musical involvement to a new level. In any case, it looks like we're running out of time for the show, so I'm going to hop right into the nostalgia level, if that's okay with you guys. For this week's game on the nostalgia level, it's old